here we are with an estimated 380 player Smoke and Steel League Championship match for you. Our rounds today are going to be between the Jacksons Division and the 12th Virginia. First to 2 wins out of 3 rounds will be crowned the championship. So we got 2 rounds for you this week. This broadcast is being brought to you by the 5th New Hampshire Regiment. First round tonight will be the Eastwood Skirmish, followed up by the Pry Ford map. Here are the regiments playing on the 12th Virginian side for presumably both rounds today, and then on the opposing Confederate side, or rather the Jacksons Division side, that is the regiments who are there. With all of this in mind, server population right now is 379. Union side right now up by 1 on the Confederacy. In terms of artillery, Union's the only team that has the option on this map, and they are taking 2, so the infantry in balance, it's teetering, but it's going to be now 4, now only 2 in favor of the CSA side. Frontline reporters for today, for your Union perspective today, you have Heinrich here from the 12th Virginia, and then on the CSA side, you have Soundwave from the 7th Michigan. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. And if you're playing in this match, send me a link to your perspective, and that can go in the pinned comment of the video. One last thing to note, 7th Louisiana balanced over from CSA to Union, so appreciate their help with that, as the numbers, you know, they looked pretty dang balanced. So this first map here, Eastwood Skirmish, even though 12th Virginia and Jackson's Division were both 4 seeds in this playoffs, 12th Virginia had 2 more points throughout the regular season than the Jackson's Division. As a result, they were the higher seed. And for this first map, 12th Virginia decided to pick the Eastwood Skirmish. They picked the map, and Jackson's Division got to choose the side, either CSA and Union, and they have decided to, as saw in the intro, play as the CSA side. Now, the ticket advantage on this map is about 24% in favor of the Union side. The Union has the 42nd Pennsylvania Special Cav, not Cav Regiment, but they have the Sharps rifle, and the NCOs have the scopes on that. They have 1 company compared to 2 because they have the Special Sharps rifle, and the Union also has the 32nd Pennsylvania. They all have the Springfield 42s, essentially a shotgun, and the Union team is going to try to force brute their way onto the CSA left side to start. I mean, you can see they're all going for it.
Oh, you're smart. You're off the fence. Tap. Up on the ledge, and you're in. Oh my god. Just go.
Kind of difficult to see, but the Union team is breaking through. CSA not reacting quickly enough, but they're still here.
Oh my god, I actually killed that guy. Hey, you missed. Take the phone. You missed. Take the phone.
Thank you for letting me get a load in, dude. You can stat anytime. Ah, you fucking...
Union didn't bring their flags up all the way. They're still holding them back, and it looks like, even though Union had a little bit of an edge, it looked like CSA numbers are going to prevail there. You do have a couple of Union guys that were able to break through, a mix of 2 Corps and 12th Virginia guys, the 1st Delaware guy as well, but they don't have a flag. Instead, the Union flag held back, and now it looks like Union flags are trying to get out of Dodge. So, opposing the Union regiments tonight, you have the CSA side. They have the 18th Georgia with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55, and the 4th Texas with the option of the Enfield, the Springfield 55, and also the Springfield 42. So this map has always been a fascinating one, but the high pop, it can become extremely difficult for the attacking Union side, and that's just due to the fact that this map is not very wide. You have the snake fence out here, which is essentially the out of bounds marker for the west side of the map. Meanwhile, the east side of the map, which it looks like a lot of the Union teams trying to push, it is also out of bounds, a little past the snake fence, but it's still wide open field. The thing is, it's a wide open field regardless of where the Union push. CSA are going to be able to see Union, and as long as the CSA side can respond in a relatively good amount of time, they should be able to hold. And it looks like a little bit of shenanigans here with the Union guys that slipped through. Meanwhile, Union hitting the top of the map here. You can see, right, it's distracting some of the CSA guys, and Union might have a little bit of window, of course. Can they actually do it? Holding here is Colquitt's Brigade and Jackson's Division. Here they come.
No chance.
Skirmish right.
Come to us.
Leaving them open for me.
Union flags are nowhere in sight. Actually, they are. They're pretty far back in their main spawn. They're starting to make their way over here, but Union's not going to be able to get spawns here.
kidding him.
Come here, man. Trust me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I
he's dead. Yep, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's
You
dead.
guys. Yeah, your boy's dead. Your boy's dead. Sorry.
Union team holding their flags back, which is going to allow CSA to presumably hold this over the long run. They got more reinforcements rolling in. CSA is not really reacting as a team as quickly as you would maybe hope, which is allowing Union to kind of do a good job here. Union artillery overshooting. And just the amount of smoke here, cannot see what's going on here. And it looks like this Union push, I mean, they have a bit of a foothold here. CSA lines are kind of just more making it a shootout. Union flags, 2 of them held back on the side. Looks like one of them is trying to push the center. But I mean, even with all of this engagement, a lot of it very fast. You'd love to see it. CSA up by a fourth of a stage. CSA starting to push again. At least that's what it looked like.
We got right flank. Watch right flank. Watch your right.
I mean, CSA team's just trying to hold on the road. They have a lot of guys here in the center of the field here. 10th United States. Spread out beautifully as always. Some Jackson's division on the left side. They're kind of skirmishing it out with some Union in the center here. That is Missouri State Guard, and 5th Virginia looks like they're taking the sharp start here, has the scope. Although he got warned in muster, so I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be referencing the guy that got in trouble, some may say. But anyway, CSA looks like they're starting to finally inch their way down here, trying to throw Union out completely. I'm absolutely shocked that the Union team here, 12th Virginia, has their flags, 2 of them, all the way back here, and they are still putting up a fight here. And I think the problem is a lot of the CSA team is either hunkering back with their flags or they're holding out in the center area of the map. And it's allowing the Union team to trickle spawn and just hold this left side, which frankly they shouldn't. And I'm surprised the CSA is kind of letting it happen. The ticket's fairly even. I mean, it was a 4th of morale stage difference. Last we saw, Union hits engaged first. CSA just followed a moment ago. But it's, I don't know, it's just very surprising to see the CSA defense kind of let Union team with shotguns linger on a position like this. Now, maybe it won't work for Union, but those 42s are going to work a lot better at a close range like this versus far away. It looks like some of these Union spawns, instead of going out to that far side, are trying to dug up the center here. You do have a couple of Union guys out here on the far side of the map. Looks like Sussy Brigade. They could try to wrap around the point and try to capture it here to draw CSA's attention away from the top side of the hill. Because if Union can get a foothold up there, that's essentially the high point of the map. 10th United States holding down in the corn. Maybe they saw Sussy Brigade and are moving based on that. But for now, the shootout, I mean, it continues. I mean, CSA's not losing any ground, that's for sure. Union's taking a beating, but again, that's why they have the ticket advantage on this map. But the fact that tickets are fairly even, very fast in the match, I mean, under 10 minutes each side dropping down to that stage of engaged. I mean, that's huge for the attacker in the 12th Virginia side. Again, they're keeping things relatively even. Of course, we'll see how far each team, like the difference between the teams are once they start actually dropping through engaged. Like Union's like starting to drop through engaged right now. Fascinatingly, where are the Union flags? They still got 2 over here, but Union is leaking more and more guys to the opposite side of the map. 2 Corps, Kentucky Outlaws, 51st Alabama. Looks like they're trying to wrap around with Sussy Brigade, who's getting really close on the 10th United States here. 10th United States is going to push out.
And fire and pull back, fire and pull back, fire and pull back.
Crisp volley there. Don't know how many they actually got, but it must have been a couple, that's for sure. 10th United States looks like they're going to pursue the shootout up on top of the hill. Looks like CSA's taking that snake fence completely back.
What makes the green grass grow?
There's a lot of Union here. I don't think the 10th United States realizes.
Step back. Everybody step back. Don't try and stab. Just reload and shoot. Step back, reload and shoot.
I got him.
So Union team has the ground, but they need to get the flags over here if they want to maintain something. And that's kind of what I'm curious about. Looks like they're still keeping both flags on the far side of the map. So it must be that 12th Virginia is trying to keep the flags as a distraction and then have the rest of the infantry push to this side and try to draw CSA's attention, which is starting to do that. A lot of the CSA is going to move to obviously face the Union infantry. But here's the thing. If the Union team doesn't move their flags from this side, they're going to keep spawning in over here. Union center flags moves to the left side. So I think Union team is trying to pull the CSA's defense attention away from the east side of the map over here and instead pull them to the west side of the map and allow people, when they die, to respawn back on this side and then make a push for the top position. Now, I don't know what the skirms are doing for Union. I thought they were maybe reformed, but they just went straight in and Jackson's division just utterly shredded them. And the thing is, too, right, that could be a wasted opportunity because if the Union team pushes way too early before drawing CSA's attention to this side of the map, CSA is going to hold it. They have, 200-some guys. They can defend the whole length of the map, especially considering Union and CSA, our numbers are fairly even. Again, we can check the numbers in a second just to be sure on that, but nonetheless, you got a bit of skirmishes here and there. Some Jackson's division guys going up. Two Corps getting a nice couple of stuff here.
He's stabbing me. Thank you.
They did, in an update today, they did up the volume of everyone in game. Apparently you couldn't hear anyone past like 15-20 feet, and they upped it today because there was a lot of pushback on the devs being like, hey, that change happened a long time ago, like over a year ago. But people were like, we don't like the change, and the devs changed it. So it's props to them for that because they don't, at least from what we see, communicate with the community a lot and really listen to what the community say, at least as it is publicly seen, right? Privately, it could very well be, but they don't talk, so who am I to say one way or another? We can just know what we see. But it's a good thing that they're at least listening to the community, even on a small thing, because maybe that means good things for the future. But nonetheless, ticket difference right now, it's still about a fourth of a stage. CSA slightly down. 7th Michigan's rolling up on 2-4. And 7th Michigan's going to win the bulk of that. 10th United States pushing up. We also got Sister Brigade for Union moving in.
Smoke them, countercharge.
And again, we can just not see what's going on there. We're going to watch the little flags move around. Kind of just chaos here. But it looks like in the end, the CSA team is going to win this. Kentucky Outlaws and some Sister Brigade guys get through. Union flags have moved from the left side. Where are they at now? Looks like they're starting to move center of the map. Ballsy position, although Union does have a line here. This is the 51st Alabama and 9th Louisiana. 8th Ohio's pressing this Jackson division, moving up on the road on the left. I mean, you want to talk about an action-packed round here. I mean, the fact that both sides are nearly down 2 morale stages in a third of the match time is absurd for this game. Where did those Union flags go? So they didn't go center. They're cutting to the right side. And the Union team, all things considered, has the ground. They need to push up before the CSA did what they did initially in this game, which they're starting to move that way as the Union center gets crushed. But if the Union's trying to get the flags into the woods, now's your chance to go. Don't want to wait for CSA to shut the door. Where are the Union flags? They're being held back. Don't mind.
Keep moving.
Sorry about that, Gregus.
The Union trying to encourage a fight. What we saw on the opposite side of the map. Except now on this side. And it is chaos.
Boys, steal yourselves, man.
I mean, I think the biggest thing with this Jackson's division defense is that as a team, they have not committed to throwing Union out. They've only independently kind of done it, and I think that's really keeping Union in the game.
Watch your left.
Push it up, boys. Push it up.
Like, again, you have some CSA groups wrapping around the backside. You have some CSA groups holding back in the center, albeit those are where the flag's at, so maybe not. But, I mean, CSA's coming in a little independently, and it's allowing Union, who's acting much more as a team this round. By that, I mean sticking together. It's letting 12th VA keep this fight real close right now. Now, there's no guarantees the other way, but it'd be a lot better for CSA than what it is now. Both sides are taking losses essentially at the same time, so that ticket lead that the Union side didn't have is going back to even. CSA had a 4th morale stage lead. It's basically even now. 10th United States pushing in. Again, that's what I mean, right? 10th United States, they wrap around this side of the map. And they push up on the side, sure, but they kind of pushed in on their own. And so CSA numbers are dwindling here. Union flags have been brought up, the out of bounds nearby. So if the Union does get thrown out, which normally they get thrown out relatively quickly in this position, but they've been able to hold for a lot of time.
This is Stalingrad. We're holding off the Russian charge.
They're bleeding us white against the bulwark.
Everybody counter. Everyone counter.
You didn't miss, I believe.
Up and over. Let's go. Everybody get off this fucking fence. Let's go.
Oh, there's a dude right here.
And even then, now, CSA team as a whole is like trying to trickle fight this. Again, Union is playing as a team. CSA is not. And the Union team, the fact that they've been able to hold both flanks of the map for a substantial amount of time, and it looks like they're going to win this one, is huge. There's a lot of the Jackson Division team here. It looks like they're trying to fall back and reposition. You do have a Union group, 51st Alabama in the center. And, I mean, I guess they're going to be distracting a lot of the CSA team, or at least keeping them pinned here. And you don't have to do much for that. But, wow. You don't see that often on this map. Sure, Union has more numbers as an attacker. We'll briefly look at this, right? We're at 400 cap. You don't see that every day, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is a unique, one-of-a-kind battle. Obviously, the championship, where winner takes all, and loser gets second place. Or nothing.
Rep's dead. They're all.
So Union pushing through the corn. You got a lot of CSA trying to wrap around the outside here. Mostly 5th New Hampshire and some 12th Virginia, Kentucky Outlaws mixed in the corn. And CSA is trying to be real fancy on a map that it really isn't that difficult for CSA. You just group up and hit wherever the Union is. And sure, the Union's been doing a lot of shenanigans, hitting one side or another. But even then, if you're the CSA team, you need to all move and hit one side, and then immediately all move and hit the other side. Not play independently. It is really kind of killing them here. Ticket lead is in favor of Union, not by a lot. But if the tickets are even, it's in a great place for the Union side. I mean, look at this again. You have some CSA units out here to the southwest. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for. I mean, 7th Michigan and 10th United States out here. Meanwhile, you have the rest of the CSA team trying to back off to the hill on the top here. The 23rd New York, some Colquitt's Brigade, Jackson's Division, really. And, I mean, they're just trying to get in a defilade position here. But it is going to give up the point, which at this point, it doesn't really matter if the Union team does early cap or not, just because there's so much time on the clock that they don't really need to do it. The only thing they could consider is that if they do early cap the point, they could, in theory, hit last stand. I mean, it's practicable. It just really depends on if Jackson Division wants to try to charge at the Union team and try to hit him in the last stand. 2 core pushing up here. They get some shots off. But CSA team, looks like the Woods guys are backing off. Yeah, they need to back off. They can't be up here on their own because the Union team could mob them. So, Union is early capping. 5th New Hampshire looks like they're edging it. Again, a cap here would be an interesting move. Maybe that's what Jackson's division is trying to pull here. We've seen a lot of regiments the past couple of weeks in this tournament 100% need to turtle, and they did not. And so I'm looking at Union chat here. They are arguing about the cap. Most people now, 12th Virginian people, are saying get off the cap. And it looks like they are going to run off cap. And that's what there's no reason. I mean,
Good money. Everyone off. Everyone off.
Again, it's like they don't need to early cap. Again, the only thing they got to watch out for is if they do early cap, they become the defenders, and if the CSA hit them in the last stand, but Union could just themselves just turtle at that point. But there's no real reason to do it. I mean, you have 24 minutes. You just have to shoot the CSA team down a half morale stage, which 24 minutes is more than plenty of time to do that. Way too much time, in fact. Union team in the woods. At this point, this looks like pretty much a game set match here for 12th Virginia. Unless they massively throw here, which you never know. But at this point, Union team just has to shoot down the CSA and eventually just hit them the breaking cap and win. You got Sussex Brigade, they're pushing up, kind of on the logs here. I love the positioning from Sussex Brigade here. 5th New Hampshire, you got 2 Corps moving up here as well. I really like it a lot. Again, it's forcing the CSA team to either try to wrap around through their main spawn, which is about over here, and try to hit Union on the side, or go straight at the Union team, which if CSA gets close to breaking, they're going to want to try to just charge it at the Union at the quickest way possible, and charging that way would be across a wide open field, and at that point the Union team would probably push up here onto the actual point itself. So someone just said, if you die out of line, Eagle will post your chocolate starfish on his community tab. Whatever that means. What the heck? You know who you are who said that. Oh my. Union team's edging cap here. The chat is screaming. Now, I don't necessarily know. I don't know if it is the 2 Corps guys. They are running away from the point. You can cap somewhat over here as well, which some 12th Virginia guys are moving through, but that is, they're out of line. Well, they might not be. Again, you have to be in skirmishing or in formation, the formation statuses, in order to capture the point. Out of line as you're running by yourself, like Frank Barnes here. Now he's in skirmishing and now in formation. Now he's dead. But if you're around a good amount of people, I mean, around at least 2 people, you'll be in skirmishing. Anything more, like 5 plus, you'll be in formation. But you need to be in formation or skirmishing to capture the point. If you're out of line, you can't be capturing it. The thing is, though, is if 2 people are off the point and 1 person's on the point, and they're all in skirmishing, the person on the point's in skirmishing, so they're capturing even though 3 people aren't on the point. Again, it's important to differentiate that. Because even though, you know, you might think initially, like, oh, I need to be in skirmishing and formation, you know, there needs to be a bunch of guys on point. No, you still got to pay attention as an individual, but you can see the points teetering back and forth. 51st Alabama on a real nice flank here. CSA team is formed, I don't know what you want to call this. Whatever shape this is. I don't know what it's like a duck almost. Should do a marching band in war rights. What could that'd be kind of fascinating to see. So shootout's been going for about 3 minutes so far. Both sides losing almost a 1/4 of a morale stage. Tickets are still fairly even, which I mean, it means CSA's winning on the, you know, the kill front, the ticket front, but again, Union has more tickets, so.
In the 1840s, okay. Japan was discovered by the United States.
They're those guys that are working on the railroad.
CSA's gonna have to charge soon.
They got that funny looking eyes.
I mean, I think the game Jackson Division's gonna try to play. I mean, that's in what they're doing is that they are just going to wait as long as they can and then charge them when they absolutely have to see if Union team's gonna early cap. I think that's what they're doing at this point, but it's, I mean, they have a little bit more time, but it can be a little bit of a concern just if they get too close to breaking, they hit breaking, and they're not even near point. And at that time, it's kind of like, you're done. Which, I mean, frankly, Jackson Division, a very low chance of winning this game, but you never know. The Knicks came back from 29 down. Wow. I mean, what is... I mean, I said the map in the intro. It's Pry Ford next. Oh, boy.
I love it, boys. I love to see it. We're gonna be breaking
That's
soon.
where everyone went.
The crazy part, right, is...
What's up, Mr. Funty? Let's fuck him up.
As we've seen the past... Normally, if a team picks a map, the opposing team gets to pick the side. Like this map, 12th Virginia, they picked this map. Jackson's Division picked CSA. You would normally think that the team who gets to pick the side would have more of an advantage. But the past couple weeks, that hasn't always been the case. Sussex Brigade, really great positioning from them. On some rocks here, they're obviously getting closer, getting the shit out. But here's the thing, if the CSA team charge, it's just putting another buffer between CSA and the point. Or it's forcing CSA to charge over there in the field there, which is not a good spot. And looks like CSA, Jackson's Division, has decided it is now or never. We must push and try to throw the Union team out. They're close to breaking. This is it. Here they go. CSA at breaking. If 12th Virginia caps, they win the game. CSA team is charging in the corn, but mind you, that's not the point. Sussex Brigade charging on the rear side. CSA flags getting ran out as Jack's Division didn't bring the flags forward. Kentucky Outlaws on point here. CSA, I don't know why they're not turning the point. They're more focused on killing Union in the corn.
They're coming.
Lot of Union there. 2 core surging through. And the CSA charge breaks through some Union, but is not even close to enough. Oh, and I jinxed it. I jinxed it. So, it's not going to last long. Sussex Brigade's moving up. That would have been funny. But 12th Virginia getting a huge win. Reminder, again, I just said it a moment ago, but Jackson Division got to pick the side. War of Rights is not a balanced game in any way, shape, or form. There's one side has a ticket advantage. One side's going to have good ground right. Usually the team that picks the side is going to have a better shot of winning. And normally that's the case. But obviously with all the ticket balance changes developers have been doing, obviously isn't the case as we saw with Fleming's Meadow last week with 2 core. They should easily won at CSA, but ticket balance changes can do that. But again, it all comes down to picking the team and the side. Can't really complain about that when you have the choice. But nonetheless, really good first round from 12th Virginia here. They had a plan. They were going to go smash mouth football. We love that. They just kept charging and charging. And the Jackson Division CSA side played 2 independently, and it let the Union team survive really close to them, which is going to work well for a Union team that has the Springfield 42s, the shotguns, essentially. And eventually, it just got to a point where tickets were even. Jackson Division had to fall back because they couldn't sustain it, trying to hope 12th Virginia early caps, but that doesn't happen. 12th Virginia keeps the shootout going. They hit CSA into breaking cap and win. Good first round. We'll see y'all shortly for the second round. Before we get into the second round, I'd like to quickly give a shout out to our YouTube members. Your support is greatly appreciated as it helps the work that we do here now, including the work that I have planned for the future of this channel, which, believe me, we have big things coming along the way, regardless of how long that takes. If you want to get live streams of all the War of Rights broadcasts that we do, including an exclusive non-War of Rights broadcast on the weekly, consider becoming a YouTube member down below. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the second round. And here we are with the start of our second round. Server population right now is currently 399. The United States of America is up by 1, and the Confederate States of America make that now 2. They're dropping like flies, believe me. Both sides on this map have artillery. CSA taking 12, the Union taking 8, so the infantry in balance is going to be 6 in favor of the Union side. So 12th Virginia wins this map. They will win the Season 4 championship of the Smoke and Steel League. Jackson's Division picked the map, Pry Ford. Remember, 12th Virginia picked the map for last round. Jackson's Division got to pick the map for this round. 12th Virginia, with the map in mind, decided to play as the USA, leaving Jackson's Division with the CSA side. Pry Ford is a 78%, sorry, I was a little off, 48%. That's a huge difference. But a 48% ticket advantage favoring the Union side. The Union attack, they have the 10th United States Regiment with the Springfield 61 and the 2nd United States with the Springfield 61. They also have a special regiment in the 4th Pennsylvania. They have the option of the Sharps carbine, the Colt Army pistol, and a saber. Meanwhile, the CSA defense, on the other hand, they have the Holcomb Legion with the Enfield, the 17th South Carolina with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 61, and the Jefferson Davis Legion, which frankly in my mind has the best uniforms in the game, but they have the option of the Sharps Carbine, the Colt Army Pistol, and the Saber as well. Union team, 12th Virginia, you know, they're like, we're charging balls to the wall tonight, and they're going to do it again. You don't see it too much on this map. A wide open field, it's very risky to charge, but they're going to try to charge in the center of a CSA team who's frankly really far spread out right now. Here we go.
Roll him up, roll him up, roll him up. Let's go.
And Jackson's division with the cavalry here is lighting them up. CSA flanks collapsing in.
Murder City. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me.
Got another little, by little I mean like 5 guys for Union pushing up. CSA kind of pushing. And with that, first charge for 12th Virginia. Is CSA going to keep going here? Union flags held back in the distance there. All right, they're going. Jeez.
Let's go.
Wow. So huge hold there for Jackson's division to start the second round. Again, very difficult map for the Union team to charge. Really just frankly a difficult map. So it was a little surprising to see 12th Virginia pick the United States side. But, you know, maybe they know something that I don't in terms of their plan. Plenty of match left despite being down a fourth of a stage to start. So, again, it's a wide open map. You have the point in the center of the map there. Union team just gunned it for the center. Now it's generally one of the better places to charge just because there is a slight defilade here, which can somewhat protect you from the CSA battery position on the far side of the map. Historically, though, the Union team have tried to charge the CSA left side, get these rocks over here, and then slowly push the CSA team back. First to the point here, because there's, again, a hill that both sides can be defilated on. And if they win that, then they can kind of hunker CSA down in their main spawn, which is on the road over here. Union battery located over here, but I haven't seen a whole lot from them. Yeah, it can be difficult, right? Because the Union wants to charge this side of the map, but the Union artillery, just due to the elevation change, cannot really hit over on that side of the map, or you're just more over shooting blind. And they got some arty shots going there. They're hitting over. A couple shot or two going through someone. But yeah, huge start here for Jackson's division. You know, we never really looked at the defensive lines last game because of just the nonstop aggression that occurred. But you got 8th Ohio holding down the extreme left side of the Confederate line. To their right, a little further back, you got Colquitt's Brigade with 7th Michigan. Hunkering down the center of the map, got the 10th United States. They're probably mad. They're CSA. They'd rather play on Union with their own regiment. But look at his line. Line with Tawgray, I'm sorry, and Lorenzo. Can't forget the Shenandoah regular guys. Meanwhile, CSA right side, Jackson division in a big line here. It looks like they're on the side where the Union team is going to try to make a push now. You got more of Jackson division. The Cav really following the Union team. You can see they put the Sharps into work. And look at these uniforms. Where's the NCO at? The NCO's got like a blue and yellow uniform, which I'm not seeing much. Oh, here we go. An officer. Never mind. But yeah, these jerseys cook. By that I mean uniforms. So last but not least, just more Jackson division. So whole Jackson division regiment. Again, they're bringing a lot tonight. You saw on the cord sheet numbers in the introduction. Union team making a push this way. Sussex Brigade's pushing up first. They are really pumped up here.
Left side needs reinforced.
I'm going to form a line.
Make it L, make it L. 5-9 here, 5-9 here.
Bell shape, bell shape.
Fire across the field.
So generally this map is a shootout. If the Union team fails to charge on that side or in the center, which you could still see the bodies there, Union team might try to work it on this side of the map. They can do what I mentioned on this side of the map, trying to push CSA out, except make it the opposite direction. But the problem is you have the CSA battery there in their main spawn. Now, what is a little interesting is the CSA team, I think, needs to watch it. They're committing, understandably, a lot of guys on their right side. If they go too far right, Union team might just gun and try to take the center here, which it looks like they could almost try it.
El Padrino, where is he?
We're actually clawing the tickets back.
Speaking of clawing the tickets back, again, they got a 48% ticket advantage. And they should, in theory, in a shootout, win it out. I mean, generally, a shootout, from what I've seen historically, it's an even trading kills, and that just makes sense on top of what I've seen historically because there's so many people shooting on each side. They all have different skills. There's different bullet spray. Not different bullet spray, but everyone's got bullet spray that's going to affect things. Elevation chains, if a person's suppressed, you know, what kind of weapon they have, etc. There's just so many factors that going into if someone hits a shot, and again, on top of the amount of people shooting on each side, that it's generally an even trade. And if it's an even trading kills, that means it's an even trading tickets, and whoever has more tickets generally is going to win that shootout, which again, the Union's got a 48% advantage. So, in all likelihood, Union team could start clawing their way back in a shootout. But the question is, if the Union team can do that, why aren't they just sitting back and shooting it out from the start? And the thing is, that black timer, that little black timer, it's you know, attacker's worst nightmare. Because, you know, if it came down to tickets and infinite time, the attackers would probably win out most of the time. You could say that. But the thing is that some of the maps, the defenders have a ticket advantage now, which hasn't always been the case. It really hasn't been in War of Rights for most of its life. But at least the maps we've watched tonight have not been that. It's been an attacker advantage both sides. This map a lot more than last map. Hell yeah. Was it?
12 on flag currently.
Keep it up, regulars. Keep fucking killing
I'm gonna
them.
guess it's
Keep
Shaq,
killing
not
them.
Shaq.
Good shots. All
Back it
over.
up.
New line.
I just heard something on a frontliner point of view. I'm not going to repeat that. 7th Michigan shifting to the left side. I think they have to do that. I think CSA has to, again, just make sure they have guys on the left side of this map so they don't just give it up. Now, the Union team could still try, but obviously, if they all charge from one side to the other, CSA would probably have enough time to reinforce. But Union hits engaged. CSA, that ticket gap looks to be closing a good fair amount right now for the shootout alone, which South 12th Virginia got a big win last week on Fleming's Meadow. Wow, rip that guy. It looks like someone who died in the Backrooms video game. Oh, what a fun game.
Remember, it's gay to
Hit those
die.
3 guys on the right.
Well, you heard the man. So, yeah, wow, I love these guys. I mean, I probably won't use that for the thumbnail, but I mean, that's just, it's beautiful. Hello, Artie. So, wow, this ticket, okay. So we could see 12th Virginia's plan, I think, very simply, right? So, I mean, honestly, maybe the shootout could deal enough of a ticket loss to the CSA side. Who knows? But if the Union team can win the shootout but loses on charges, they can charge in, lose a bunch of tickets. Sure, they will. But they'll deal a good amount of tickets to the CSA side as well. In that case, they can be down tickets but then shoot it back so that the tickets are more even. Again, I mean, I guess both teams are decently spread out right now. Kind of keeping that shootout going, and it's really favoring Union team right now. I mean, you can tell because Jack's division here, they're starting to fall back. The problem is they're falling back and it's going uphill, so the Union team can still see them. I mean, they can actually go. Okay, I was like, how far back can you go? Usually you don't see teams go back this far, but I mean, they are not really defilated here, but it's slight. So, they're keeping it up. And I mean, the thing is, too, is that if the CSA team is going to keep hunkering more and more into their spawn over here, Union team could try to pincer the point here. And there would be a brief window where they outnumber, but still not the case. CSA hit engaged. You're trying to if you're trying to win a shootout, you need to knock down your opponents a consistent pace throughout the match. I generally, and this differs from officer to officer, but the general idea still applies, right? You want to hit the defenders down, if you're the attacker, down to engage what they just hit by the 30-minute mark, then taking losses by 20, breaking by 10, and then their final stage of last stand, presumably before the 0 time on the black timer, but again, Union pace right now is going really well, and if Union starts struggling on the pace, they could charge it again, because this ticket gap appears to be closing. We'll still see, though. Well, once CSA starts dropping, we can for sure say one way or another if the ticket advantage is actually growing closer. It definitely feels like it, but facts don't care about your feelings. That's what they say. You know, it's not what I say, but that's what they say, even though I did just say it, guys.
Easier shorten your life. If you can't see him, you head further to the left. You'll be all right.
Rather, I should say, tickets don't care about your feelings. Ugh, my days. So Union Center here's, I'm told Virginia's starting to put more of their line over here. I mean, crap, the nice part about at least live streaming this is I can at least look back a couple of minutes here. And, I mean, when did this shootout end? Or rather start? Shootout hasn't even been close to being done. Okay, so it's been a shootout for about 8-9 minutes so far. CSA team had 3/4 of battle ready, so they have lost, you know, 3/4, honestly 7/8 of a morale stage right now. Meanwhile, the Union team was a little under halfway, or a little over halfway through battle ready. I mixed up the wording there. But now they're, what, a third of the way through engaged right now, so they have lost whatever a third plus a half is. Can I do math? 0.63. So 63% of morale stage, whereas the CSA side has almost lost a whole morale stage. So, I mean, yeah, Union's working it back. It's just taking a little bit of time. And, I mean, the Union side can just keep doing this for now. They're doing really good relative to time. So there's no reason for them to charge. They also can't really charge CSA considering they're so far back. I mean, they could, but it'd be they get down a lot of tickets. And that's the thing, right? Union can charge to try to bring everyone's tickets down. Which the first charge, it brought CSA down to 4th of the morale stage. But, I mean, CSA is a lot further back than before. So, who knows?
I need to lose Reddit gold on my comments.
You're gaining. Oh, you're fucking dead. You're fucking dead.
Let them know.
Nothing he can't handle.
He can't handle it.
Yeah, so I had a B-2 bomber and 6 F-35s fly over my house. What the fuck? It's an air show.
They didn't bomb you?
No, not today.
That's a fucking shame, lad.
They knew we had a match tonight.
They knew you had access to the files. They let it go.
Isn't this a conversation? Union teams, what, they're sliver over, or over, I mean, it's about a 4th of morale stage difference. What a, you know, it was like a, let me just look at this VOD again. I took it down, or rather, I didn't take it down, but I stopped looking at it. I exited out of the page. I mean, how much was the difference before? It was about a 4th to a 1/3 of a morale stage difference. So actually, I don't know if the Union team is working it back. I might have been wrong on the little maths I did a little earlier. I mean, if they're working it back, it's a slow pace, but it's fine for now. I mean, honestly, the Union team, if the CSA is not on point right now, Union team could try to send a couple guys up the early cap to just stop the timer and give the attackers more time here. Could also try to draw the CSA team
Let's go, boys.
They try to draw the CSA team more out into the open area. And now people are talking about if they've ate Spam out of a can. What are they yapping about? Oh.
Along this line here, spread yourselves out. For the left. Keep putting down straight ahead of our left.
So, anyway. What random fact can we talk about today? So, this shootout, I don't know if it's actually favoring Union side as much as we maybe thought initially. I don't know why, but CSA just, for some reason, it's surging in CSA's favor right now, the tickets. Nearly a half round stage difference. If you're out of line at 3 a.m., or sorry, if you die out of line, Eagle will show up in your room at 3 a.m. with stockings and cat ears. Wow. That's a new one. Someone said respawns out of line. Crazy work. Looking at the server count right now, 400, 200 each side right now. We got 10 on battery for CSA, 9 on battery for Union. What about the Cav? CSA's got 23. All Jackson Division guys, that's understandable. Second United States, 4th Pennsylvania. It's honestly a little surprising that 2 Corps has a majority of the Cav. I mean, it could just be cover or a lot of reasons, but the ticket imbalance here, or it's not the ticket imbalance, but the difference in tickets between the sides is surprising. Again, you maybe think that the Union team having, again, for what I've been told, 48% ticket advantage, ripped from the game files perhaps, but you would think they'd win a shootout, but they're just not. I mean, we can take a look at the kills as the match goes on, and when we get to that point in the after action report, I'm not going to mention this at all because I'm going to be doing the outro things at this point. But it's surprising the Union team hasn't worked it closer. It's not abysmal. Obviously, you want to be even, if not up, as an attacker. But if you're down, it's not the worst thing in the world because, again, you do have a ticket advantage. So if the attacking team is, down by a 4th of a stage like they are now, it's fine. If the defenders get to a 3.5 morale stage different, then it starts to become concerning for an attacker. Let's see, server announcement. Ooh. Cav should only have 20 enlisted, 1 flag, and 1 CO. This equals 22, not 24. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The JD's got 23. Unless it's, I don't know why they didn't count NCOs in there. But anyways, maybe they're not allowed NCOs, I don't know. There's 22 over here. I guess 2 NCOs, what, 18? Oh yeah, 1 or 2 extra over. Guys, great game breaking, I know. But, wow. I mean, if you love the line battles, there's going to be a fight for you. This is... wow. I mean, CSA is getting close to taking losses. Union's still doing fairly good on time relative to the amount of tickets the defending team has. What a 2 different rounds, though. I really like what 12th Virginia did at the beginning of the round, right? They charged right away to see if it would work or not, and it didn't. But that's why I like being aggressive to start. You can figure out if things work and if they don't. And if they don't work, you got plenty of time to adjust your plan. Now, maybe I'd be really intrigued to see if 12th Virginia just at the beginning of the round decided to shoot it out instead of charge, how different the tickets would be right now. That's what I'd be a little bit curious about. Because again, Union was down, you know, a fourth to a third of a morale stage roughly after that first engagement.
Oh, you're looking that.
So, but all things considered, the fact that both of these rounds have been fairly balanced is very awesome to see. Again, it could just be the play styles of the teams here and, you know, the compositions and how they're playing strategy. Obviously, different strategies are going to yield different results, but a lot of the games balancing over the past few months have been for the average player kind of war of rights, which has been 200 players. And so when you balance the game for 200 players, it's going to be difficult to necessarily have a balanced game on a 400 player pop when the game plays completely differently. Because on 400 player pop, the game plays completely different than 200. Because as we saw last map, and we're seeing this round, the defenders can defend the whole width of the map. And it can make it very difficult for an attacker to try to outflank, outmaneuver, or just, you know, deceive their opponent. You know, if the defenders can't defend the whole width of the map, they got to choose their place where they're going to be at. Obviously, more so than where you have the whole width of the map covered. And it can give the attackers an opportunity to get around the enemy, especially if a mistake is made. You can't really make a mistake when you have everyone across the width of the map, at least in terms of letting your opponent do something crazy like get a flank on you, right? But nonetheless, shootout's still going on. And I mean, again, we still have a lot of time left. Ticket's still fairly good for the Union side. What's going to be interesting, though, is in about 10, 11 minutes, unless there's an early cap or something, CSA is going to hit breaking. And that means, again, Union caps, they win the game. 12th Virginia would be very close to winning this championship. Again, if Jackson Division and CSA win this round, they themselves will force a tiebreaker, which will occur next week. It'll be a winner-takes-all type situation, which obviously, by the time this video's come out, if you have been in the match, you obviously know what happens. And, you know, the timestamps will probably give it away in the video, but I wonder if there's a way you can maybe hide that, though, regardless of the result. In case you're watching this and you're like, what's going to happen? Who knows, right? Or maybe we just might put the ceremony in a second video. I don't know. Let me see what I've done in the past. I think I've always just put it in the video itself. Oh, yeah.
Fox, your rifle.
I did just rip it into the video. Wow. I'm watching this video from April 21st, 2023 of BLN Wednesday Championship between the Irish Brigade and the Irish Volunteer Brigade, rather, and the Kelly's Irish Brigade. And this intro is ancient. Oh, man. You know, it's crazy always looking back when you do something for a long period of time and seeing the progress, good or bad, but just see the evolution of change over a period of time. It's, you know, it's crazy. Just the quality of the videos, too. And that is all thanks to you all supporting for this long. I mean, obviously, I do this for fun, right? It's a fun side hobby to do. It keeps me busy. Love the game. Great community. But, you know, if you don't get the support behind you for a long period of time, it can be difficult to continue doing things. So, it's obviously very appreciated. And, you know, as time has gone on, we've been able to get better equipment. And this is why we have, I think, a lot higher quality of broadcast now than we did years ago. And it's all thanks to you guys. It would not be possible. Uh-oh. USA Cab, fix your stuff now. Uh-oh. I like how it doesn't clarify what that means. I guess one or two too many. Uh-oh. Guys, we're going to have to redo the whole night. Both sides are breaking the rules. Nice Union Army team kill there. But, yeah. It's cool looking back. The many years, you know. I gotta do that a little. What a canister shot. No way, I can't wait to hit 10,000 subs. That's going to be huge. Hopefully it'll be by the end of the year. Be a great thing. But for now, the grind never stops. We work, we sleep, we work. We do some more work. We love working. Union teams pressing up on this left side of middle more. The ticket imbalance is still over a fourth of morale stage. I mean, the fact that it isn't getting any closer is really surprising to see. I mean, I guess we got to see if, you know, how many casualties are the CSA guys taking over here, for example. I mean, I guess, yeah, obviously, maybe not the best place to look. I mean, they got a good amount of cover here on the caissons, and obviously the rocks here. But what about in the open here? I mean, nice open order line here. Actually kind of difficult to see the Union line here, which means it's probably a little difficult for Union guys to see CSA here. But even then, unless CSA could just be outright out shooting the Union team right now. It looks like a third of a morale stage difference now. It's not out of the realm for the attackers, but it's a little rough. So, again, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen in about 5-6 minutes when CSA side hits breaking. Because CSA is going to want to stay near the point. Now, they do have, again, some regiments stocked up near the point right now, 10th United States. And the CSA team might be content with just sitting back like this and just waiting for the Union team to push up and then reacting, which can be a little bit of a dangerous game. But the thing is, it's just a wide open field. Union team is going to push, and CSA is going to have plenty of time to react. Now, will they actually react is the question.
You're good.
South.
It's like 200 yards, aim for that.
Yeah.
And if you need a sight, skill issue.
Real.
Well, I have the 61 right now. I wanted to try the new sight, so I don't have a 200-yard sight.
Good.
New sights.
Yeah, they just moved.
The new 61.
When did they put new sights in? I might have missed it.
Actually, yeah, they do kind of look good.
Lauren?
Yeah.
Fucking shot a guy off the fence.
A skill issue.
Nobody's gonna understand that joke I just put in chat. Nobody's gonna understand.
What do you put in chat? What do you put in chat? Oh, might have been another chat. Anyways. So they recreated a lot of the guns of Springfield 55, the Springfield 61. They recreated them with 3D scans of the original weaponry, which definitely is going to change things. So I guess that's what is meant by that. The Union team, it's breaking. I mean, granted, for as much as I cover this game, it's not like I actually play the game a whole lot. At least at this point, because, you know, if I have a choice to spectate or play the game, I'm going to be like, I want to spectate. Maybe we'll stream stuff for 4th of July weekend, like actually playing the game. The 1776 and all that. You could say, very sadly, don't have any plans as of right now, and, you know, it is what it is. Jackson Division's pushing up right now in the center. CSA team as a whole is starting to get closer and closer to that point. Very understandable on their part. Which, again, could leave a window of opportunity for the Union team if CSA is going to push themselves closer to the Union lines. Union right side is kind of shifted. They shifted more from the center to this right side. 2 corps over here. Alright. Well, CSA is going to be close to breaking, and I almost wonder if the Union team should try to send some guys up to the center. I don't think they can cap in the defilade. So maybe not, maybe not. But, I mean, Union team has a nice little flanking shots on the CSA center right now. I don't know if they're hitting. Oh, do they actually see them? That's actually a lot more difficult than what I would have thought.
All season, 12th VA on seasoning. 12th VA, move up, all seasoning. Let's go 12th. Come on 12th.
Alright, and you can see CSA starting to put some guys on point. And I like this a lot here from Jackson Division. And Targray too, can't forget him. But it's a really good idea because it's going to take Union twice as long to retake the point again. CSA is going to have plenty of time to figure out that the Union team is trying to take point. But it doesn't hurt to put more on it. Got 5th New Hampshire going. It looks like they are going to try to put them in the defilade here.
I company strong. That's why we're alive. Oh, heck no.
Yeah, CSA team really consolidating around the point. Union left side pushing out into the field here. Again, it's all going to be all these little things that matter, especially as we get to the final 12 minutes of the game. There's going to be a tight one. Question is, can the Union team with CSA kind of shifting to closer to the point, rather, even by a little bit, is it going to be enough for the Union team to start working it back in this shootout? Again, 12th Virginia as Union. They get the win. They advance. They don't. Well, I mean, I guess they advance, but they win the whole thing. 12th Virginia will win the championship. I'm pretty sure this is season 4. You know, all the things I think. I maybe know that. Yep, season 4. It's easy season 6 forever. But if Jackson's division of CSA can pull this out, where it's looking a little more favorable to them, although we'll see again, plenty of match left. They will force a tiebreaker. Another great canister shot.
Back to the road.
Rebels crossing the road, northwest, west. Get up here.
And that's going to be the thing, right? Mentioned earlier, Union team sometimes historically has tried to push the CSA back by pressing this side of the map, but that CSA already, especially with the canister, can put some work in. Man, there's a server announcement again about the Cav numbers. I don't know how... I mean, what, 23 here, so that's, I guess, 1 over. 21 here. I mean, is it... I mean, unless someone's, like, picks up a down flag from another regiment and transforms to that regiment, I guess that could happen. But I don't know how you... I don't know how you just prevent people from... Doesn't seem that hard to not have more than a certain number, potentially. But maybe. Obviously, it's the heat of battle. But nonetheless, it's something you got to pay attention to. The rules are the rules. That ticket gap is really close. It's the closest it's been all game. Wow. And it looks like one of the Cav guys got kicked from Jackson's division side. Wow. Well, it is one way to go about balancing it, that's for sure. They're having a good time with the music there. Unfortunately, we can't listen to that for too long. And this is getting real close. Again, it's a slow process, but we're finally starting to get into the reward of it. This ticket gap is really close, and it appears that CSA just pushing up a little more in the center to try and get on point is doing enough of a damage. Now we got a huge shift from CSA on the right side. Jackson's division trying to wrap around, and there's a ballsy move here.
Flags, get back.
They've been able to win. Now, here's the thing. They're returning to the original positions that they were at in this shootout, where they originally pulled back from. So, I think they're just maybe trying to get on the side and push it a little bit.
Shoot me, I'm reloading. Do you think that'll work?
So, it's a little bit of a ballsy position there. I mean, obviously both sides have shifted a little bit. I'm not going to know the exact shifts from each side, but I'm surprised CSA just almost doesn't return to their original positions. Union numbers are moving on the right side of the map. They're inching forward here. 8th Ohio's held this rock the whole game. The 8th Ohio rock, that's what they call it. I guess that's what I'm calling it now. But, yeah. Union team inching a lot more numbers to the center here. CSA, again, they're pulling a lot of their attention to that right side of the map, trying to get a flank on the Union team. Get some more kills that way. 51st Alabama, 5th New Hampshire hunkering down center. Ticket gap looks like it's opening up a little more. That shot just over. But both sides very close, and both sides are in a good spot. With how close the tickets are, I almost want to slightly favor this towards 12th Virginia's side. But we'll see. This Artie's got to hit shots. Even knocking down guys is going to matter. Union left side backs off, so Jackson Division is going to win that out. Why are you Ramboing? You do not want to be Ramboing in this situation. Every ticket matters. Every kill is going to matter. Especially with how close the tickets are to the end. Union team's going to drop the final push first before CSA its last stand. When Union gets hit the final push, that clock is going to drop to a couple minutes left. And that couple minutes is the amount of time it'll take from the Union team to go from their main spawn to the point of contention 2 times without bayonets and reloads. Obviously, that's not a hard rule because they've adjusted a lot of the final push timers on the maps. But that at least is roughly what the time is going to be. CSA are going to hit last stand. If they die, they don't come back. So 2 minutes, 57 seconds. At that point, 12th Virginia just has to cap.
If we went literally right now before they got here.
Or hit CSA in the last stand and fully wipe.
Make sure you have AOs on.
Drink water. I talked way too long without drinking water. And I just got burnt for it. So Union team has infinite tickets. It's just a limited time. So if Jackson's Division, however, if they can hold for another 2.5 minutes and have a majority on point, win the clock at 0, they will prevail and force the tiebreaker. Again, 12th Virginia as Union. They need to capture the point in the next 2.5 minutes, which they can give themselves more time by forcing an overtime when the black timer hits 0, or they can fully wipe CSA. They have the time potentially to do so, charge in the center. More Union starting to push center, and huge for 12th Virginia. Jackson Division, CSA hitting last stand with 2 minutes left. But remember, Jackson Division still has 200-some people on their team. That is a lot of dudes to try to kill in 2 minutes. And they're just going to go in. If you're Jackson Division, you need to wipe the Union flags, which they're not bringing them up. So chaos has broken out on the field. That right push from CSA fails. More Union pushing in. A little over a minute on the clock remaining. Hello, Artie. 110 CSA soldiers remaining. Now 100. Jackson's Division just needs more bodies on point when the clock hits 0. 90 CSA soldiers remaining. 1 minute left. $80 soldiers remaining. Union charge starting to fizzle out here. They still got 50 seconds left. 70 CSA soldiers left. 67 CSA soldiers left. That was an important number. 60 soldiers left. Union just trying to trickle in. Union right side, which has just kind of been shooting it out this time. 2 core. They're going to push in. 30 seconds left. CSA just needs a majority when the clock hits 0. 50 soldiers left.
Don't stop, you get in there.
40 left. 35. 30. And with that, 12th Virginia is going to be your Season 4 Smoke and Steel League champion. They had 45 minutes, my goodness, and they used nearly every minute, forcing an overtime. 10 CSA soldiers left, just artillery remaining. And my goodness, you talk about a commitment to a strategy on both rounds, charging nonstop on the first round in Eastwood Skirmish. And this round, charging and failing, completely changing the strategy. Maybe that was the plan, who knows. But in the end, the shootout prevails for the Union. It didn't look as good as you maybe would have thought it would have been.
JD is so cheap. JD is so cheap.
Well, that's another way to say that down there. But, yeah, they stayed committed to the shootout. And 12th Virginia, to, again, a very surprise of everyone, gets a 2-0 tonight. And I say a surprise because in these type of things, you expect a 1-1 trade with one team choosing the map, one team choosing the side. But that's not the case. So huge congrats to the 12th Virginia Regiment for winning this. I'm pretty sure there's a ceremony that's going to occur after this. Really good fights by Jackson's division. You can't take away that, though, from them. Jackson division has had a very good season. I mean, they 2-0'd 2-Corps the other week to get to the championship. Hard fought and well done on their part, but in the end, 12th Virginia gets a huge 2-0 tonight. And they're like, we don't need a tiebreaker. We don't need to, make this a cliffhanger. We need it to end now. And someone just got kicked from the server. Imagine getting kicked from the server at this time. Look at the kills, though. Wow, that ratio, the fact that 12th Virginia wins and took 600 more casualties. We will see you all shortly for the ceremony, assuming that's happening. And with that being said, there is no ceremony this week. I should have asked about this beforehand, but they are going to be doing the ceremony next week. So again, congrats to 12th Virginia. I didn't want to end off the video saying, well, there might be a ceremony and then just end it. No, we're going to need some clarification. So that'll be on next week. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, huge congrats to the 12th Virginia on the victory. Very well deserved after the 2-0 tonight. Well earned, I should say, because they didn't deserve it. They earned it. So God bless you all, and we will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.